Hi there, it's Daniel. The thing is, this is going to be a subject about people with Asperger's syndrome, and what we're going to do, people with Asperger's syndrome, a vast majority of them have huge difficulty of dating. Someone with the Asperger's syndrome is finds it very hard to fit in society. They have problems with social interaction, social communication. It's really hard. Their hard lives are very difficult because there's a whole huge code of conduct in our culture that we have to act in a certain way to be accepted, and we do what we're led by. And and it's not just about trying to teach somebody with Asperger syndrome to change. It's about teaching society to be more tolerant. People will get offended of people with aspies, like the way they talk, the way they act, the way they walk, the way they're obsessed with things, the way they like to wander around, hover around, and all that, or having panic attacks, anxiety. It's life. Life is very difficult, and what you need to understand is that people with Asperger syndrome have it really difficult in life. Getting a girl to date them, saying the right thing, being themselves, being as Aspie people take very literally. It's hard for them to get people to accept them because they don't. They're looked as I don't know, by some people, second class citizens and all that. If you want to put it that way, they get made an outcast because they're different. I know that some girls are very cruel. They would flirt with them, sexually harass somebody with Asperger's syndrome just to get their attention. And when the guy with Asperger approaches, the girls will be rejecting him and all that. Nobody. It's common. I know a lot of people on the autistic spectrum get very upset. It's mostly boys. I'm talking within experience that boys have it difficult getting girls to understand them, to face up to their challenges. It's really hard for them. That's what we're trying to do. What I'm trying to do is raise awareness. We are not, Aspies are not stupid. They're actually clever. The complete opposite. Before you start making insults about this fucking stupid taboo, you want to make names. You want to make up really nasty comments. It's hurtful. We have feelings just as much as you do. I don't like people who pick on somebody who has a disability. They can't help it. It's so difficult for them. Life is really hard for us, and it's very hard to fit in society. Dating is like a huge. When they go on dates, sometimes a girl gets to know them and they don't want to know them anymore just because they found out they're autistic, or they're different, or they stand out. And it's society who's led by this stigma attached. Aspies and autism is known as retarded, spastic, all sorts of some of these horrible names. Just really fucks me off, and I just don't think it's right. I don't think the government do enough to set in all these boundaries to stop hatred against autism. I know sometimes you might argue it's not really attractive, but It's your upbringing. What we're brought up as society is to like date some of the fittest people. We read like magazines, like shows and all that stuff, and TV programs, you name it. That's how we brainwash to like someone to like. We don't want the people who are not perfect. People with Aspergers syndrome have feelings just as much as we do. They can't help who they are. They don't choose to be the way they are. They're just different. If someone's not different, then there's no creativity. They go on a date, they're unsure what to say. Sometimes they might say something personal, but don't get offended. All that matters, they don't mean any harm. You just gotta understand it's how they are. You can correct them firmly, be polite about it, but you just want to be rude about it instead. And it's really sickening. You don't want to talk to someone just because they have a disability. You just think they're a freak and too good for them. Why would you do that? Do not think that you're better than anyone else, because you're not. It's just your ignorance. They can't help it. You just hurt somebody. You think it's alright for you, but it's not alright for them. You have to learn to accept people for who they are. And it's sickening saying that you only like him, you only talk to him because you feel sorry for him. I'm pissed off with all this shit. It's not, it should stop. I don't like anyone doing this. If I was like at school and I saw somebody with Down syndrome, somebody would think it's cool to like throw some things at him. Why would you do that? I'm not gonna face up to that. I really like people, but people should learn to grow a heart and learn to accept them who they are. It's really harsh to like label someone just because they're different. They're born this way. People with Asperger's syndrome can be very intelligent. Bill Gates, for example, he's a huge example. Think about it. And I know other aspies who lead successful lives. You've got to think to yourself, oh, we are just as worth as much as you are. And really, I really think if anyone here will be good enough to like raise awareness, be good about it. Because Asperger's people, you think, yeah, they can't communicate well, they can't, talk right, they don't have good social skills. Accept them for who they are, not for their skills. Yeah, not for their skills, just accept them for who they are. I know you might feel a bit uncomfortable, but just don't. Learn to rise above that. You know they have it difficult, just learn to rise above it, of their autistic triggers. Just, go with the flow and like make this world a better place, and learn to love. Okay, that's all from me.